Alright, good morning. Today we're looking at a repurposed ship that I've already built that I've respec'd into a Class A ship. I'm calling this the Hermes, the Messenger of Death, here to deliver the bad news to the Varun Zealots. So I really just wanted to make a nice Class A ship because most of the ones I see online are kind of gimmicky or really small. They don't seem to be very utilitarian. This one has a lot of hab space inside to configure the ship how you want. I think it has room for I think it's 11 2x1 habs, and yeah, it's pretty cool. This is actually a repurposed version of my old Gateway ship, so if you guys have already watched that video, it's kind of the same ship, but it's a Class A instead of a Class B that it was before. Anyways, I will get down to the shipbuilder, I'll show you how it goes together, and we'll take it into combat. And I did test this out earlier, and I've got those White Dwarf 3015 engines for the extra speed, and I was a little skeptical about the combat effectiveness of Class A ships because they don't have the best shields. Uh, I went through and just shredded everything. It's so fast. I think I'm just getting behind them before they can actually get into a position to really do any damage to me. So I'll show you how that goes. We'll take it into combat, and you'll see how it performs.
Anything I can help you with? Sure, have at it.
Okay, this is the Hermes. Excuse me. You can see that shields on Class A's are pretty weak. This is that Marduk 1040 tax form generator. And then I got the White Dwarf 3015 engines on here. This Spiramac DC202 reactor is actually pretty good. It's got 33 power, which is really good for a Class A reactor. And then cargo at 1350. And of course I always maintain 100 mobility on my builds. So this ship has one ladder, which I'm going to be honest was a complete pain in the ass to figure out how to do. And I finally figured out a way to make it work by using this Hope Tech Hab spine, which I've never used before. These things are heavy, 14 mass for this thing. But using this little hallway here allowed me to get one ladder that runs up the length of the ship, and which I'm happy for. I hate having ladders, and because when I took this thing out, it turned into a labyrinth inside the ship. Doors was like you'd have to go up the one deck, go over here, go down a ladder to get to, it was just stupid. So I don't really think Bethesda is ever going to fix that. It's just the way it's going to be until the game dies. So anyways, all particle beam weapons as usual. Tried to make it look as spiffy as possible. I've got the conduction grid and the comm spike on here. And this is the first time I've ever used any of these windows, which I don't know. I think windows on a spaceship are kind of silly, but whatever. I had a little bit of extra space that I needed to use, or tonnage. 1020 is the max mass before your mobility drops down to 99. So I just wanted to max it out just for the hell of it. Anyways, give me a second. I'll take this thing apart and I'll show you how it goes together. Alright, we're down in the shipbuilder. I've got it disassembled. As usual, I'm going to do this layer or deck by deck. So this is going to be deck 1. This is deck 2 over here, and deck 3. So starting with the deck 1, we have a shipbed 200 landing bay. Directly behind it, we're going to use a Novel Galactic. I thought that was a companionway, but I guess it's a storeroom 1x1. It doesn't matter. Move that out of the way. Directly behind this Novel Galactic storeroom 1x1, we're going to put a Hope Tech Hab spine. You can get these things from Polvo at Hopetown. Let's see. On the sides of the Nova Galactic storeroom, we're going to put these two Nova braking engines on the port left and a starboard right. Then we're going to use two of these NG20 landing gears in their wide configuration on either side of that. Behind that, we're going to put a Nova Galactic living quarters 2x2 and a Nova Galactic computer core 2x1. if I can grab it. There we go. And then on the back side, we're going to put NG20 landing gear wide, 2 of them. Well, actually, you know what? That's why I didn't do that, because we can't hook those up yet. They hook up to the stuff that's on top of them. And then we can go ahead and hook up our 4 DeGamma cargo holds. And on this side, we have 2 1020 DeGammas. On the other side, it's 2 1010 DeGamma cargo holds. Alright, we'll start with layer 2, or deck 2. And let's see how we want to do this. Let's start with this Nova Galactic mess hall. It goes like that. And like that. And then we can slide in our 2... Actually, you know what? Sorry. Yeah, it goes like that. And then the 2 engines will go there, and then these gears are hooking up to the engine, so that's what it was. So it should look like that, because you should have this cavity in the back. And then on the bottom of this cavity, between the 2 gears, is where I put the fuel tanks, and I'm using a Titan 450 HE tank and a Titan 550 HE3 tank. So they'll go just like that. And then in the cavity between the 2 engines, we're going to put this Spheromech DC-202 reactor, just like that. Then we can continue on with our ship build up here. We'll put the Nova Galactic storeroom 1 by 1 right there. And then we can hook up our 2 Nova cowlings, be like that. And then we have 2 more Nova cowlings. One facing forward, one facing rear. And then in the little storage area, or little cavity right here, we're going to have our Helios 400 grav drive. And in front of the grav drive, we're going to cap it off with this Hope Tech Nose B4. Let's see. Alright, we'll start with deck 3. And we'll put on this Nova Galactic cargo hull 2 by 3 first, like that. And on the back side here, we're going to put the 3 and number 4 engines. These are those White Dwarf 3015 engines. They'll give you the 180 speed. And then on the sides of the cargo hull, we're going to be putting these 2 Nova cowlings, one facing forward, one facing aft. And the same thing for the other side. And then up front, we're going to connect this Nova Galactic control station 2 by 1, just like that. And a Magellan C1X cockpit. We go right there. In this little spots here, we're going to put 2 of these Nova cowlings from Nova Galactic. Just like that. In the back, we're going to hook up a tail. This is going to be a Deimos Tail A. And then to see how it sticks up a little bit, we're going to taper it off by using a Deimos Spine B and then a Deimos Spine A. So it has a nice flow to it. Alright, we'll do our under the Nova storeroom here, we're going to hook up a 100 DP Slim Docker on the bottom, just like that. And then it's just a matter of hooking up all our extra stuff. I'm using a Marduk 1040A shield generator. And on top of the cockpit, we're going to put the comm spike. If you don't have the comm spike or the conduction grid, you have to do the Pirate quest, or the Crimson Fleet quest, and actually slide with the Crimson Fleet so you can have access to it on all your ships. And then, let's see, on either sides of the landing bay. We're going to put these Horizon weapons mounts. And I've got 4 of these Vanguard Obliterator auto projectors attached to it. And the other 2 Vanguard, I have 6 total. The other 2 are hooked up here on top of these wings. These are the only 2 weapons that are on top. I was trying to figure out how to way to get everything on the bottom, but whatever. I guess I could have stuck them down here. It doesn't matter. And then, no, I couldn't have stuck them down there because that's where I had these. That's right. So, 2 more Horizon weapons mounts. There. And there. And these 3 weapons, these 3 guns, are Vaporizer 35 Mega Electron Volt Proton Beams. And they're 4 power each, so you can have 3 of them. And I have all 3 of them just like this. And then on this side, it's the Vaporizer 35 Mega Electron Volt Auto Proton Beams. And there's 3 of them. And then I just stuck the comp spike in right behind this one under the wing. And then as far as some aesthetics, I just slapped on some windows. These are the portholes on all 4 sides of this control station up top. And then I had some tonnage to play with. I just went ahead and slapped these on here because I didn't know what else to put on. I just put some windows up on top of this cargo deck. So I guess if you wanted to go up there and just look up top, or you look out the top of the ship. This is the ship. You can see we're nominal. As far as its 8 crew members, it's got 2 for the cockpit, 4 for the control station. There's a computer core that gives you another one, that's 7. And an engineering bay that gives you 1 crew member, that's 8 total. As I was saying earlier, this Hope Tech spine saved me because I was ready to give up on the 1 ladder idea. And finally, when I did this, because this was causing, normally I was trying to put a 2x1 hab in here, and it just jacked up everything every time, no matter what I tried. But like I said, this thing is heavy. It's 14, the mass is 14 tons, which is heavier than even the biggest Nova Galactic cargo haul, which is a 3x2, and it's still lighter than that, or still heavier than that, which is a little ridiculous, but whatever. One of these gears is redundant. You know, it's giving me the error just because these guns are no longer attached. But he only needed 3 gears. But I wasn't going to do this without having the hab up front. You know, because I did have the 3rd gear up here, and I had this all reconfigured. But I like this a lot better, the way it looks. I'd rather have the extra gear for redundancy than have this ship bed mounted in the back again, because you have to run all the way around the ship, which isn't terrible, but yeah, it's a lot easier to just have it up front. So this, like I said, I wanted to have a Class A ship because most of the ones I see online are kind of gimmicky, where they're like really small, and I wanted to show that you can have a proper ship that's got good firepower, decent cargo. You're not going to have a lot of cargo with these White Dwarf 3015 engines. I have another ship build, and I'll link at the end of this video, called the Awesome Possum Class A. It's got over 4,000 cargo. If that's your thing for a Class A ship, then look at something like that. Although if you have the thing about Class A ships, I think once you get above, like, I think it's 2,500, somewhere in the 2,000 range of cargo, anything over that, it doesn't matter how powerful your grav drive is, your jump range is going to go down below 28, which is the minimum that you should have on any build, because there's just no grav drives in the Class A range powerful enough to have 4,000 cargo, maintain 100 mobility, and your jump range would be stuck at around 26. So it's just a limitation of the Class A designs for grav drives, because they're just not powerful enough for that much cargo. But this ship is built for speed, and I was a little surprised. This thing runs at, I got the crew members on board to increase the speed, and I'm running at like 280 without the burners. And it's really easy to just slip behind enemies and shred them, and they can't ever really get a lock on me. So, but I think this is an aesthetically pleasing design. I think I said this in one of my earlier videos. This is probably my favorite design that I've made so far of all my ships, and I'm really happy with this one. Anyways, let's get out of this. Go take a look on the inside. I call it the Hermes. It's a pretty good sized ship. Like I said, I wanted to have a realistic sized Class A ship that is actually functional. Because I think people, when they think Class A and Starfield, they think fighter ship. You know, that's all they're good for. And that's just not true. By the way, I found you cannot shoot Cora in this game. I actually finally got fed up. All the bullets just pass right through her. Just makes me very sad. Get out of the way!
From our previous interactions, I can only assume this would be.
So we got a pool table, which, by the way, I suck at pool in real life. And why is the ladder over here?
Yeah.
Take my hand.
Now this is confusing. Let me look at this real quick. Because that ladder was not there before. Is it just an extra ladder now? Huh. Okay, well, I guess we're going with it. Like, it's an extra ladder. Like, I've never seen two ladders on the same deck. Yeah, whatever. So you come in. This is the docker from the bottom of the ship. And this is where you come in from the landing bay. So deck 1 just starts off with this hallway. This is that Hope Tech passageway. This comes out into the living quarters down at the bottom. Yeah, it's so weird. This was not here on any of the previous attempts that I did on this build. You got a bathroom down here. Get out of the way. A little place to work out, which I always thought was weird. Like, if you go to 0G, this stuff would just be like floating all over the place, hitting people in the head. There's a bed if you need to sleep and get your experience buff. And then on this side is that computer core that gives you one crew member slot. So going up to deck 2, oops. This takes you into the mess hall. Yeah, it's so weird. I don't know why this ladder's here. Cooking station.
Hello there.
That's where we eat, I guess. And then over here I put the engineering bay. And then on deck 3 is the control station, or the control hub, where 4 crew members are. And I put some windows in here so you can look out. Ah, don't fall. Up here is the cockpit. And then if you go, I keep falling down this hole. I put 2 windows here, but you really can't see out because those cowlings are in the way, but whatever. I guess you can kind of see up. And then over here is the cargo deck. Little place to work. No bathroom on deck 3. That makes me sad. So let's get into orbit.
Liftoff initiated, Captain. Time to venture into that human sky. This right here is my catnip. Orbit reached.
Catnip. Alright. Let's get my power rebalanced. Alright, as you can see, my speed is 280. And that's within no burner, full military power. So that's really fast for a just cruising around. I got left button, right button, button 3. We'll fly over to Serpentis. See if we can engage some zealots. Try not to get blown away. One of the problems with Class A ships is they have weak shields, but it hasn't been too much of a problem. You just gotta like use your speed instead of just kind of like normally I would just go head on with them and shoot the shit out of them, and they would shoot me, and but you can't really do that with these designs. I wish there was a way to keep it from messing with our power. Always use your thrusters to get into position as fast as possible. So I was thrusting the whole, or I was burning the whole time to get behind them. You don't want to go head to head with them as much as you, if you can avoid it. Oh shit.
Need that grav drive?
I tried turning this into a Class C ship, but it doesn't work. There's not enough space to get all the engines and everything. I'd have to make the ship a lot bigger. Okay, we got 3 bad guys here. Hit the burner. Get behind this guy. As soon as I destroy one, I usually hit the afterburner, just because you know the other one's lining up to get behind you. Lock on. Is this a hostile? Yeah, let's do this one. Varun. Can't wait till the expansion comes out and they have some more stuff. Hopefully they do some stuff with the Varun. Oh shit, ran right into that guy.
They're dead. Enemy's grav drive out of commission. We've lost all propulsion.
Watch my shield, see how fast they regen? It's so much faster than my other ship.
That's a pretty shot grav drive.
So like I said, I was worried about having weak shields, but it's not really, I've got all the weapon skills. Let me show you real quick, just so you can see where we stand. I've got literally almost everything in the tech tree for combat, space combat. Oh yeah, I'm still working on that. That's not for space combat, that's for boosting on the ground. And that robotics, I'm never going to put points in that. That's stupid. Oh, for crew. So I have Andrasia, Barrett, Samco, and Sarah. Now I don't have Omari for the shields because I'm testing something, and I don't put Vasco on the ship either. Like for this NG Plus, I'm not gonna put either Vasco or anybody that can adjust the power or the shields, because I've been having a problem on every NG Plus with that shield bug. So I want to test something about like not ever having anybody on the ship that'll modify the shields or the power. So I want to see if because right now it should be like 1300, yeah, 1216. So that's right. That's about I don't have the most powerful shield generator. There's one that's slightly more powerful, but I didn't like the way it looked. It's like this disc that sticks out the side, and I could stick it right here and it would work just fine. But I like the way that these little dome shield generators work a lot better, or I like the way they look a lot better. So, like I said, I'm actually quite pleased how this translated into a Class A ship.
Are you prepared to face judgment?
Target's cramped days. That ruined their shields. Enemies -1 grav drive. Taking damage.
Now I am on NG plus 10 on very hard, and oh, don't do that to me. Whenever it starts stuttering like that, I've had some crashes. So I'm on NG plus 10 on very hard, and hang on a second. You know what? We're not even going to do this. We're just going to jump out of here. Wait, did it fix itself? There we go. So there's 4 enemies. Let's see if we can take out 4.
Target has lost shields. They're vulnerable. Accept your suffering.
He's boosting away from me. Don't run, you'll just die tired.
Jump drive. We must not.
Ah! Got their grav drive.
Unfortunately, you can't have turrets on Class A ships. There's no turreted weapons until you get to the B class ships.
Drive is disabled.
So this is easy. Like I said, I like the. It's a lot more capable than I thought. So if you ever do the, I'm sure everybody's done it, but the Mantis quest, and if you follow along with the lore of it, basically it was a ship that was designed to go out and basically be like the Batman of space combat. Like it would find spacers and zealots and whatever and bring them down. And she even mentions in that ship, or in the one of the slates, that the ship was like obsolete. Like when it was first designed, it was state of the art, but over the years it became kind of obsolete. So I kind of had it in my head like this would be like the new Mantis. Go around and because the Mantis is a Class A ship as well. Anyways, let's fly back. And actually, you know what? Let me get my glamour shot. Let me find the sun. Oops. Why do I always do that? We'll go to photo mode. T. I'm always trying to fire the afterburners and the forward rockets at the same time. I keep messing it up. But this is the ship. I think it's very functional. And, obviously you can switch out habs. Like I said, it's got a lot of hab space in it. And you can configure it however you want. You don't have to do it this way. Just keep in mind, though, you mess with habs too much and you're going to screw up the one ladder configuration, because sometimes changing one hab, like I've had it where like this one on top, it's a control hab, and I'm not saying that's what's going to happen on this one, but I've had it where like you'd have a control hab up here and you make it into like a living quarters or something, and it just, the ladder goes away, and it's like it changes everything. So I don't know why it does the way, why it reacts the way it does. But yeah, I think this is a pretty sexy looking ship. Anywho, man, I'm so glad I figured out that thing with the with the cross tunnel here from Hope Tech. Man, it really saved me on this. And I don't know why that extra ladder was in there. That was just weird. I've done this. I've been playing with the ship all day, and that ladder was never there. And then all of a sudden it is. So who knows? I don't know what I did. That's what I'm saying about the interior of the ship. It's just they did a really poor job of the way that that you can't really customize how stuff works. It just randomizes it. So I don't think they're ever going to change that. I think that's just the way it's always going to be. But anyways, enough ranting for a day. I hope you guys like the ship, and if you do, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks.